Let's do something we never really do, which is dig into the SModcast mailbag.
Oh, okay.
These two fuckers met because they love Silent Bob or some such shit, and they both have an affection for SModcast. He was dressed up like Silent Bob. He saw some broad.
Was she dressed up like Silent Bob?
No, he was.
Okay.
And he said he turns back, seeing her and a coworker still laughing because he was in the costume. Leaning up against the glass of the storefront at a convenience store she works, lights a cigarette, starts acting like he's trying to find a comfortable place. Then he says, "This quick stop sucks balls, yo," which Silent Bob never did. Eventually, the chick was impressed. Eventually, numbers get exchanged weeks later because I'm an ass and gave her the wrong one at first. We got together, the first common interest being any and all Kevin Smith movies. Fast forward to last Sunday, which was 9/7/08, and they're engaged. And he was telling his friend Sandy at work the whole story, and she suggested that they put it up on this website. And he just wanted to say thanks for the movies. If not for the movies, there would have been no Silent Bob costume. If not for the costume, he would never have met the girl of his dreams. So he says, if you read this and you're not opposed, would you mind saying a congrats to Alan and Amber in Omaha, Nebraska on the next SModcast? It would fucking blow her mind. Well, there it is.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Consider
man.
your mind blown.
Yeah, your mind's been blown, bitch. You hear this, Amber? I claim prima nocta rights. That's what, if you want to shout out on SModcast, I get first crack at your fucking wife-to-be. My wife says she's okay with it. That's one story. This story, so congratulations.
Congratulations.
This is a very SModcast-specific story.
Okay.
How SModcast got me laid.
Nice.
Dash. 2 chicks at the same time! Exclamation point.
No way.
So yeah, I think that was totally worth $2 to register and tell you thanks. In a way, you totally enabled me to fuck 2 insanely hot girls at the same time after a night full of drinking and laughing. I met these girls on the plane coming from Seattle back to San Francisco. We were sitting in the same row on the plane, ended up talking about all sorts of stuff, movies, radio shows we listened to, comedians, podcasts. I brought up SModcast. Turns out both of these chicks were loyal fans of SModcast. So the next few hours on the plane we spent talking about SModcast. Long story short, we ended up sharing a car. I went with them back to their friend's place, the one they were coming to San Francisco to visit. We drank wine and had sex all night. I won't go into crazy details about the sex. I mean, if you've heard one story, you've heard them all. But it was one of the best experiences of my life, and I think in a roundabout way I have you to thank for it. If not to thank you, I figured you may be at least entertained to hear about it. I totally was. I'll probably never see either of these girls again, but I don't care. It was awesome. I'll never forget it, and I'll always associate it with SModcast. That's from Mike in San Francisco. What a great fucking story.
That's awesome.
How come I never meet broads like that who are like, hey, I
we
listen
do
to
the
SModcast.
show.
Yeah, really. A gang of Satan worshippers killed and ate 4 Russian teenagers in a sickening ritual. The Satanists stabbed each of their victims a terrifying 666 times before dismembering their bodies and cooking them on a bonfire. Russian police discovered the teenagers' limbs, hearts, and scalps in a pit in the Yaroslavy region around 300 miles from Moscow, along with the dead body of a small rodent crucified on an upside-down cross. The victims, 3 girls and 1 boy, all aged 16 and 17, disappeared from their homes in June. Police only discovered the remains of Anya, I can't do their last names, Olga and Varya and Andre last month. The 4 pals, described as goths, were lured by one to a country cottage and were allegedly forced to get drunk before the ritual began. So next time anyone's just like, hey man, let's get drunk, just know that they might be sacrificing you to Satan. Hair from the victims was apparently found in the embers of the bonfire. Cops arrested 8 alleged Satan worshippers in connection with these killings after finding out that all 4 victims had telephoned this dude Nikolai, the alleged leader of the satanic gang. His apartment is just 250 yards from where the remains were discovered.
God, don't you think you get... I mean, this sounds really awful and mean, but, like, I would just be exhausting. You know how many times that is?
It's a lot. I mean, think about it. Like, all right, when I jerk off, I don't even get 666 strokes.
I mean,
I bet you I'm less than 100, man. I got to count next time. I got to put one of those. What are those things called?
Like a jog, like a
yeah, like a pedal.
Yeah.
What are they called? When you go walking and put a pedometer on.
Yeah.
I got to put a pedometer on my hand, see how it worked. This quote killed me though. One of the arrested Satanists said, Quote, Satan will help me to avoid responsibility. I made lots of sacrifices to him. Unquote.
Whoa.
He said that when he was arrested, dude. Here's another great quote. Spellbinding. Another suspect, Alexander Voronovic, said the gang had previously dug up a dead girl's grave and eaten her heart. And a third suspect said he turned to Satan because praying to God did not make him rich. He says, quote, I tried to turn to God, but it didn't bring me any money. I prayed to Satan. Things improved.
Yeah.
Satanist, different breed altogether.
Have you ever met one?
Never.
I haven't either.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean
who knows? I might have
met
flown
him.
with some homie who's just like, yeah, how's it going?
Totally, who was just like, you know, I started praying to fucking Satan, and
It's
shit
going
got
well.
better.
Look at me. I'm in first fucking class. I used to be in steerage.
Last year, I couldn't even get a coach seat on this
God
flight.
had me in steerage. Fucking Satan brought me up here.
I started
Drinking
worshiping
champagne.
the Dark Lord, making a few sacrifices, hanging some fucking mice upside down on a little cross.
Who cares? They're rats.
Everything got better for me. I don't know how else to say it. I don't
Feeling
believe in
good.
this sort of thing, but I gotta believe now. It's Satan will improve your life. That dude would make
You want
me
to drink
so
some blood?
Yeah, totally. Would you like to come with me to a ritual? There's a lot of fucking sex involved, but we do kill people and get what we want because of it.
Yeah.
This quote is very sad, though. The distraught father of victim Andrei Sorkin said, my son said he knew some Goths and that he had Goths and Satanists among his friends. I wasn't scared. I thought, well, let him spend his time sitting around in a cemetery. There's not much harm in that, is there? What a sad, famous fucking last words kind of quote. If my kid comes to me and she's like, I'm hanging out with Goths and Satanists, I'm like, okay, look, hang out with the Goths.
Yeah, just don't.
Don't hang out with a fucking Satanist. They believe different things than we do. At least these Satanists. Anton LaVey, who established the Church of Satan and wrote the Satanic Bible, he had fucking Sammy Davis Jr. in the Church of Satan at one point. Sammy Davis Jr. ain't joining anything if anyone's getting
But my point
killed.
is that, like, if Harley comes to you and says that,
I start investigating Satanism in a big bad way. I start reading everything I can on it and see if.
but would you be comfortable if she's like, do you want to meet my Satan father, or whatever it is?
she has a Satan father? I'm like, how long you been hanging out with these people?
She's like, couple of months.
And you've adopted one of them as your dad?
That's what happens. You get a Satan father.
What about
And
me?
a
What
Satan
am I?
mother. I'm a Satan child.
Is it like having a godfather, but different?
Yes.
Are they looking out for your best interest or their own interests?
They look after me.
That's not what I asked, Harley. Are they looking after... At this point, I'm like, get in your fucking room, you idiot. Dummy. Oh, my God. I can't believe I raised such a little fucking retard. Get in the room. Jen!
She's just staring at you.
Yeah, she's like... You don't want to make me go to my room, Father.
Do you want to meet Satan, Father?
My Satan Father will rescue me, and you will die. I'm like, what? I just said go to your room. Look, it's cool. You want to hang out in the living room? It's fine.
It's all right. You want some money?
Yeah, and here's $100. Go have a good time with your devil
Go
buddies.
see
I would, dude. I get so scared. I would not fuck around with that, man. Because, like, you know,
would you get scared to the point where you would just like?
I'd go to Jen. I'd be like, we have to move without the kid. We just have to leave the kid in this house, abandon everything.
Satanists are very like.
No, she's on a
nurturing.
path now, and we can't. I don't want to be near that path. We got to save ourselves because I predict our deaths at her hands. We gotta leave her. She's 13. I don't care. The house is there. They can turn it into a fucking satanic synagogue for all I care.
Then what do we
moving.
do?
Yeah, fuck it. This is bad. Just bring the TV.
If she came to you and was able to say like, no, this is not, this is like the anti. If
She's like, everything you know about Satan is wrong, Dad.
Dad, once again, your head's in your ass.
I'm like, all right, well,
Satan.
you don't have to say. Look, I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I have access to the internet. She's like, this isn't the kind of shit you find on the internet, Dad. This is real.
This is real life.
Yeah.
You got to go out. You got to find it.
We killed a drifter. I'm like, what? And she's like, and then I found a $20 bill. Satan pays. I'm like, man, I'll just give you 20. Stop killing people.